unlike anything we've seen before.
Sony's Bloodshot, featuring Vin Diesel, was initially poised to kickstart a shared universe based on Valiant Comics characters. However, the film faces significant hurdles in achieving this goal. Despite this, the possibility of a sequel remains, with Bloodshot leaving the door wide open for further adventures. Here's what we know about the potential sequel, Bloodshot 2. For those unfamiliar, Bloodshot is a superhero character introduced in 1992 by Kevin Van Hook, Don Perlin, and Bob Layton in comic books published by Valiant Comics. Throughout its iterations, Bloodshot consistently revolves around a character empowered by experimental nanites injected into his bloodstream, resulting in a distinct red circular scar on his chest, hence the name. These nanites grant Bloodshot enhanced physical abilities, rapid healing, a built-in arsenal of weapons knowledge, combat expertise, and a unique mental link to computers, known as technopathy. However, these powers come with a price, as his skin turns chalk white and his eyes adopt a fiery red hue. Originally, Bloodshot's narrative centered on Angelo Mortali, a mafia hitman subjected to experiments by Project Rising Spirit. Following Acclaim Entertainment's acquisition of Valiant Comics, the character underwent a reboot in 1997 by writer Len Kaminski and artist Sal Velluto. Renamed Raymond Garrison, he became a covert operative infiltrating the mafia. Garrison's story took a dramatic turn when he perished and was subsequently resurrected and enhanced by nanites, albeit with amnesia. Valiant Entertainment later rebooted Bloodshot once more in 2012, helmed by Dwayne Swierczynski, Arturo Lozzi, and Manuel Garcia. This iteration, known as Every Man, follows a man who dies in combat, only to be resurrected by nanites, joining the ranks of Project Rising Spirit's super soldiers. Believing himself to be Raymond Ray Garrison, Bloodshot undertakes covert missions, unaware that his memories have been manipulated by his superiors. Eventually, he goes rogue, seeking autonomy and identity beyond his military ties and the machinations of Project Rising Spirit. With that being said, Bloodshot's alternate ending alters the fate of Sam Heughan's character Jimmy Dalton. In the final version of the film, the climax sees Vin Diesel's Ray Garrison confronting RST, the organization responsible for his powers and memory manipulation. Assisted by others, Ray faces off against enhanced individuals from RST, including Dalton, in a high-octane showdown culminating in a brutal confrontation near RST's elevator shafts. However, Bloodshot's alternate ending takes a different direction. In this unseen conclusion, the narrative veers from the theatrical cut, potentially offering a new outcome for Dalton's demise. While the specifics of this alternative ending remain undisclosed, it promises to provide a fresh perspective on the conflict between Bloodshot and his adversaries. Moreover, as discussions surrounding a potential Bloodshot 2 emerge, the filmmakers have a rich source of material to draw inspiration from. One potential avenue lies in exploring scenes from Bloodshot's Comics Volume 2, originating from the Acclaim Entertainment reboot in 1997. This iteration of Bloodshot, characterized by his alabaster skin and crimson eyes, differs significantly from his earlier incarnation. Raymond Garrison, a covert operative for the Domestic Operations Authority, adopts the alias Angelo Mortali to infiltrate the Kennelly crime family. However, his cover is compromised, leading to his demise and subsequent resurrection as a superhuman entity known as Bloodshot. As Bloodshot grapples with partial amnesia, he unravels the mystery surrounding his past, entangling himself in conflicts with both the mob and the DOA director, Simon Orrick, dispatches the Special Circumstances Division, colloquially known as the Chainsaw, to apprehend Bloodshot. Throughout his journey, Bloodshot discovers his true identity as Raymond Garrison and confronts the dark forces that shaped him. With such compelling material at their disposal, a potential sequel to Bloodshot holds the promise of delving deeper into the character's complex history while delivering thrilling new adventures. The VOD release of Bloodshot comes packed with special features, including an alternate ending that diverges significantly from the theatrical version. Unlike the grandiose set piece for the final cut, the original ending opts for a smaller, darker confrontation set in RST's training area. As Ray and Dalton engage in their battle, it ultimately leads them to a fatal encounter at the poolside, with Tibbs meeting his demise in the fall. Initially, Dalton seems to gain the upper hand, relentlessly striking Ray. However, this apparent advantage plays into Bloodshot's strategy. Sustaining injuries, Ray orchestrates a clever move, causing some of his nanites to contaminate the pool water. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Bloodshot commands the nanites to dismantle Dalton's robotic implants, rendering him helpless. With his legs disabled and unable to swim, Dalton meets his demise when Bloodshot forces him into the deep end, leading to his drowning. The decision to alter this original ending sheds light on the studio's desire for a more expansive and action-packed finale. According to producer Dinesh Shamdasani, Sony requested a larger-scale conclusion for the superhero film. While the studio appreciated the darker tone of the initial ending, they sought to elevate the spectacle to align with genre conventions. However, the path to a Valiant cinematic universe faced obstacles, particularly with Sony's initial plans shifting when the first planned film, Harbinger, transitioned to Paramount along with other Valiant properties. The envisioned crossover between Harbinger and Bloodshot now appears uncertain due to the separate studio arrangements. The success of Bloodshot at the box office is pivotal for the realization of a comprehensive Valiant cinematic universe. While comic book adaptations are in vogue, Valiant Comics' relative obscurity compared to Marvel and DC poses a challenge to garnering mainstream attention. Despite this, Diesel's involvement in Bloodshot adds credibility to the project, given his track record of leading successful action films. Nevertheless, Diesel's optimism about the imminent arrival of a Valiant universe following Bloodshot's release may be premature, considering the film's modest buzz and the necessity of establishing familiarity with audiences. According to DMG founder and CEO Dan Mintz, plans are underway for a Bloodshot sequel with Vin Diesel set to return in the lead role. Mintz highlighted the film's unexpected success following its transition from theaters to VOD, emphasizing that the response has been positive despite the unconventional release format. Mintz stated, "I think Bloodshot was very successful in that respect. A lot of people saw it, and it did very well in the post-release rollout, but you can apply the same evaluation process pre-COVID to this." He affirmed that Diesel and the rest of the team are likely to continue with the sequel due to the favorable reception, albeit in a non-traditional environment without transparent box office numbers. Meanwhile, the landscape of the Valiant cinematic universe has shifted, with Paramount obtaining the rights to the Harbinger franchise from Sony. Core characters like Exo Man-O-War, Eternal Warrior, and Archer and Armstrong are now under Paramount's purview. Although Paramount has yet to announce an official release date for the Harbinger movie, Valiant Entertainment is aiming for a 2021 debut. This shift in ownership suggests that the universe Bloodshot was intended to initiate may not be directly connected to these other films. What are your thoughts on the fanatic of the Valiant cinematic universe, especially considering the recent developments with Bloodshot's sequel and the acquisition of the Harbinger franchise by Paramount? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates on upcoming films and potential crossovers.